Hello, welcome back. Today we are going to work on lesson 5.4 multiplied by a two-digit number. And today I'm going to show you the algorithm or the way your parents know how to multiply. And so we're going to keep it old school with the algorithm. All right, let me get out of here so I can take you to my whiteboard so I can show you what I mean. First of all, we're going to review the distributive property, and that's what we did yesterday in class. Oh, I need to open it. Look at that. There we go. Okay. We're going to review this. Remember, so if we have 14 times 38, 14 times 38. Remember yesterday, we broke apart the 14 into 10 and 4, and the 38 into 30 and 8. So then we multiplied 30 times 10, and we got 3, and then 2 placeholder zeros. And 30 times 4 was 3 times 4 is 12, and 1 placeholder 0. And then we multiplied 8 times 10, and that was 80. And then we multiplied 8 times 4, and that's 32. So remember, we broke it apart, we multiplied, then we added them back together, right? So we added 300 plus 120 plus 80 plus 32. And we got 10, 11, 12, 13, carry the 1. We got 532, right? That was yesterday's lesson. So I want you to keep an eye on that, because what I'm going to do on today's lesson with the algorithm is I'm going to show you the exact same thing, but I'm going to write less and make it a faster way to solve this problem, okay? So let's go back to 14 times 38. So if I write this up and down, 14 times 38. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to multiply 14 by 8, right? So we're going to multiply 14 times 8. I'm going to pretend that this 3 isn't there. I'm going to pretend it's not there. This is something we did in the last chapter and we know how to do. So 14 times 8. 4 times 8 is 32. We carry the 3. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3 is 11, okay? So here's where I want you to see. If I would take 80 plus 32, I would get 112, which is that number, okay? Now, I'm going to now pretend that the 8 isn't there, and I'm going to multiply by the 30 and pretend that that's a 0. Because what I just did was I multiplied by 8. Now I'm going to multiply by the 30, which is what I did here. I multiplied by the 8. I multiplied by the 30, okay? So because I'm multiplying by a digit in the tens place, I need to put my placeholder 0 here. So when I ask you, why'd you write that 0? Because I'm multiplying by a digit in the tens place, right? When I was a kid, if you had asked me why I put that 0 there, I would have said, I don't know, because my teacher told me to, which is not a mathematical answer. I put the 0 there because I'm multiplying by a digit in the tens place, okay? And it's also a good idea to either erase this number you carried or cross it out. I like to cross it out because it takes less time when you're using paper or pencil. If I'm using a whiteboard, I can just swipe it real quick. All right, 14 times 30. I put my 0 for my placeholder. 3 times 4 is 12. I'm going to put the 2 here, carry the 1. Basically, I'm also pretending like this is not here, okay? 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 2. Wait, I did that wrong. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1, I don't know what I was just thinking. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, okay? So if I add these two together, I get, check it out, 420. Do you see now where these numbers are coming from? So I took them apart, I multiplied them, and what's the last thing we need to do? Put them back together. You got it. So I'm going to add 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 1 plus 4 is 5. And check it out. I get the same answer. This one is just a lot faster than drawing all these boxes and separating them out and adding them back together. Again, a different strategy. If you find after today's lesson you don't like the algorithm, you don't like this new strategy, then you don't have to do it. You can go back to doing this distributive property. All right, let's do one together. So take out your whiteboard. Let's work on one together. This is a we do. Let's do 24. Oh, I'm going to write mine like this. up and down, vertically. 24 times 16. So basically, friends, the other thing I want to tell you, basically what I'm doing is I'm going to multiply 20. I'm basically doing 24 times 6 and 24 times 10, and then I'm adding them back together. That's what this model is showing you. So first, I'm going to multiply. Let me get this. Check this out. Check this out. So look, I'm going to pretend that that 1 isn't there. I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to multiply 24 times 6 because I know how to do that. That was last chapter. You all are very good at that. So 6 times 4 is 24. I carry my 2. 6 times 2 is 12. 13, 14. 24 times 6 is 144. Great. Now I'm going to cover up the 6. And so now that's not a 1 because it's in the tens place. It's a 10. So I'm going to put this 0 here. Why are you putting that 0 there? Because my teacher told, no, not because your teacher told you to. Why are you putting that 0 there? Because you're multiplying by a digit in the tens place. You got it. So I put my 0 there for placeholder. 1 times, oh, and I don't want to forget to cross that out or erase it. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. All right, I broke it apart. I multiplied it. It's time to put it back together. So we're going to add. 4 plus 0 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 1 plus 2 is 3. So 24 times 16 is 384. All right, erase your board. Now let's do another we-do. I'm going to go a little slower this time so you can stay with me, okay? Let's do 43 times 37. So again, and I don't want you to write this off to the side. I mean, you can if it helps you. Go ahead and write that down. 43 times 37. What we're actually doing is 43 times 7, and that will be this line right here. Okay, and then we're going to do 43 times 30, and that will be this line right here. And then we will add them all together for the product. Okay? All right, here we go. So 43, remember, I'm going to pretend that that 3 isn't there, and I'm doing 43 times 7, which is what I told you up here. So 3 times 7 is 21. 7 times 4 is 28 plus 2, 30. Good. So 301. Great. Cross this out. Now I'm going to pretend that that 7 is not there, but that's not a 3. You're right, because it's in the tens place. It's a 30, which means I need to put this 0 here as my placeholder. Now, it's really important, friends, that you line these up so that when you add at the end, you don't get confused when you've got them all over the place, okay? Now we put our placeholder. Great. Now let's multiply. 3 times 3 is 9. Lining up my numbers here. 3 times 4 is 12. Great. Now we're going to add. 1 plus 0 is 1. 0 plus 9 is 9. 3 plus 2 is 5. 1, 1, 2, 3, comma. 1,591 is my product. So this way is a lot faster than the distributive property. And this is the way your parents know how to multiply. So they will be very happy to know that you've learned this method. All right, erase. And if you don't like this way, you still have to try it for today. Remember sushi rule. We try everything 3 times before we declare we do not like it anymore. All right, let's try 50. Let's do what we do. 56 times 45. Okay, write that on your board. All right. Now, I'm just going to write this over here to kind of guide you. You don't have to write this. What I really want to do is 56 times 5. And that I will put that answer right here. And then I'm going to multiply 56 times 40. And that answer will go on this line. And then I will add them all together to get my product. Okay, so where's my handy dandy number hider? It's very fancy. I paid a lot of money for it. 6 times 5 is 30. So I put my 0 here, carry my 3. 5 times 5 is 25 plus 3, 26, 27, 28. 280. Great. Let me cross that out. And now I'm going to multiply by the 40, remember? So I'm going to pretend like that's not there. Now, if it helps you to cover that up or to erase it, or just don't forget what the number was if you erased it in the first place. You could do that. That wouldn't be it. You could tear off a little piece of paper like I didn't tear off a piece of paper. I purchased that at the math store. Is there a math store? Yes, there is a math store. Okay. So I'm multiplying by 4. No. I'm multiplying by 40 because that 4 is in the tens place. So because I'm multiplying by a digit in the tens place, I'm going to put my placeholder here. Why did I put that 0 there? Because my teacher no. You put that 0 there because you're multiplying by a digit in the tens place. It's important in math that you know why. Okay, now I'm going to multiply 4 times 6 is 24. I put my 2 up top. 4 times 5 is 20. Plus 2 is 22. And I couldn't put the 2 up here, but there's nothing else. This technically would be a 0 here, right? And so what I would do would be 4 times 0 equals 0 plus 2. So I just went ahead and wrote the 2 down here. Okay, now we're going to add it all. We took it apart, we multiplied it, and now it's time to put it back together. All right, 0 plus 0 is 0. 8 plus 4 is 12. I'm going to carry the 1 right here. 1 plus 2 is 3, 4, 5. And then there's nothing up here. Plus 2 is 2. 1, 2, 3, comma. Yes. Great. All right, erase. Are you ready for a you do? Let's do a you do. I think you might be ready to try this on your own. Okay, here's your you do. 27 times 45. All right, write that down, pause this video, come back when you're ready to see if you got it right. Okay. All right, here we go. So I'm going to use my handy dandy, very expensive number cover that I got from the math store. And I'm going to pretend that that's just a 5. So 27 times 5. Oh, that was last chapter. I can do that. 7 times 5 is 35. 2 times 5 is 10. Plus 3 is 13. Now, check yourself. Did you get 135 for that first line? If you didn't, you made a mistake somewhere on the times 5 part. Okay, I'm crossing out my 3. I'm moving my handy-dandy very expensive number cover. All right, now I'm multiplying by 27 times 4. No, 27 times 40, because the 4 is in the tens place. And because the 4 is in the tens place, I need to put my 0 placeholder right here. If you forget to put that 0 in, friends, your answer will be wrong. The 0 is very, very important. Very, 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 very important. Very. Okay. 4 times 7 is 28. So I put the 8 here, carry my 2. 4 times 2 is 10 plus 4 times 2 is 8 plus 2 is 10. I got ahead of myself. See how I'm lining my numbers up? It's super important. Now I'm going to add them together. All right. 5 plus 0 is 5. Did you get this number right here? If you didn't get this number, you made a mistake in the multiplying by 40. So go back and check your work. 3 plus 8 is 11. Carry the 1 up top. 1 plus 1 is 2. And 1. 1, 2, 3, comma. Is that what you got? Yes. High five. High five. Well done. Let's do another one. Let's do another you do. You do. How about a hard one? No. Yeah. 72 times 46. Can you do that? You can. You can. Remember, you can. You're going to try. So hit pause, solve it, come back and see if you got it right. All right, here we go. Remember, handy dandy number cover, very expensive. I'm going to cover up the number in the tens place, pretend it's not there, and I'm going to multiply 72 times 6. So 2 times 6 is 12. 6 times 7, 42, plus 1 is 43. Check your first line. Do you have 432? If not, you made a mistake somewhere. I'm crossing out the number I carried. I'm going to move my handy dandy number cover over to the ones place and cover that up. All right, so now I'm going to multiply by 40, which means I need to put my placeholder 0 there because I multiplied by a digit in the tens place. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 7 is 28. And then I'm going to add it together. 2 plus 0 is 2. 3 plus 8 is 11. 1 plus 4 is 5. Plus 8 is 13. 1 plus 2 is 3. 1, 2, 3, comma. Did you get this one right? So when you're checking your work, you want to check this one, and this one. Because one of those three, each one of these lines is a potential area that you could have made a mistake. So if this answer is wrong, that means you either added incorrectly or one of these is wrong. And if one of these is wrong, well, this one's definitely going to be wrong. You see what I'm saying? So it helps to check each line to see that you got each line right. Okay, let's do one more you do. One more you do. How about 49 times 83? Write it down, hit pause, go solve it, come back, see if you got it right. All right, friends, here we go. My handy dandy, very expensive number cover. Put it right there. All right, 9 times 3 is 27. 3 times 4 is 12. 13, 14, 147. Now, I want to cross this out. Don't forget to cross that out. I'm going to come over here, cover that up, and I'm going to multiply by 80, which means I'm going to put my 0 placeholder here. 8 times 7, or 8 times 9 is 72. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 7, 33, 34, 36, 37, 38, 39, 39. I broke them apart, multiplied, I'm putting them back together. And my answer here, I'm going to add 7 plus 0 is 7, 4 plus 2 is 6, 1 plus 9 is 10. I carry the 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. 1, 2, 3, comma. Did you get 4,067? Yes, fist bump. And even if you didn't, check and see where you made that mistake. Now, friends, I want you to go ahead and, hold on, let me see. Let's look at our slides here and see what I want you to do. Oh, yes. I want you to open up your math book to page 300. 300, and let's do these problems together. 300. Pause this video if you need to go get your math book. Press play when you're ready to go. All right. Here we go in our math book. This is what we did yesterday, okay? You do not have to draw that area model today. I want you to try the algorithm today, remember, friends? And then when you get to your math test, you can choose. Do you prefer the area model distributive property or do you prefer the algorithm? You choose. Okay, so let's see here what we're going to do. Remember, if I had my handy dandy number cover, which I do, but it's not going to fit on my screen, I could cover up this 2 and just multiply 35 times 5. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cover that up in my head. 35 times 4, I said 35 times 5. I meant 35 times 4. 35 times 4, well, 5 times 4 is 20, so put the 0 here, carry the 2. Now, 4 times 3 is 12, 13, 14, 140. Great. I'm going to cross off the 2, and I'm going to pretend that this 4 is not there. But because this is a 20 and not a 2, I'm going to put my placeholder 0 here. 2 times 5 is 10, so that would be a 0. Carry my 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So I broke them apart, I multiplied, put them back together. I'm going to add. 0 plus 0 is 0. 4 plus 0 is 4. 1 plus 7 is 8. And the area model shows you could add all these together. 600 plus 120 plus 100 plus 20 equals 840. Ding, 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 ding. All right, friends, great work today. I know this was hard for some of us. I know it was hard, but no matter what, you pushed through. You did not give up. There was no waving the white flag. Good for you. I'm proud of you. Right now, I want you to head back to Schoology, see what your assignment is. If you are still unsure, come back and join me on the live session at 1:10. Remember, we'll work together on that. I will be there to help you, but I am proud of you. I'm proud of how hard you worked today. I'm so happy that I get to be your teacher. Good luck, my friends.